forward to just getting out there on the ride and just seeing the Flint Hills and challenging myself and the finish and a beer.
Tell me about this last race of yours, and also you're a person who's been at this for a while and came to racing not in his 20s, for instance. Like, tell us, how old are you and what are you up to, and why this last adventure?
Well, last year's races, that was my first effort at doing the 200-mile race. And I say race lightly because I'm not racing anybody but myself. And the nice thing about gravel endurance cycling, it's really not about racing other people. There's people that race, they're racers, but most of us are just out there trying to get it done and helping each other out along the way. But no, yes, last year I prepared, and the conditions ended up being really rough. The weather, it had rained a lot. We had a long stretch of what's called hike-a-bike, where we're at a mud road, and we had to carry our bikes for miles, which eats up a lot of clock, eats up time. And then around mile 40, I had somebody did the wrong thing in front. They passed me on my right, and they jumped in front of me for reasons unknown, and then their wheel cut. They went down. I hit them. I actually ran over their face, and then I endoed, which is mean I went over the bars. I went over my bike, and I landed on the gravel. And it was chunkier gravel because they just laid down fresh in that area, and tore my elbow open. And I really couldn't use my left arm anymore. It's swelling up. My elbow had swollen up so much I really couldn't use my left arm. And then I ran out of water because they were having issues at the water stop. So I was already a bottle shy of what I needed. So it would not have been safe or smart to finish or to keep pushing with no water for 10 miles in that heat. I probably would have ended up in the hospital. I was pretty devastated. I'd spent months training for it. I had the legs to finish. I know how to do this. I've been doing it a long time. But I wasn't strong enough to overcome all those miles of hike-a-bike and a wreck. But I had an injury, and the injury was not minor. It was devastating emotionally. I didn't have it in me to do that again, to commit that kind of time, because I put everything on my hold, including my writing, and not doing as much of that as I like to do, and even not spending enough time with my wife and kids. I chose to go back to the 100th for this year because it's a distance that I can train for without giving up everything else in my life for it. And it's still hard. So I'm not a young man, so I'll be 52 in July, decision to make this the last 100 is because part of it is like just the law of diminishing returns. It doesn't mean as much to me as it used to. I still love the people, still love being on the bike, still love the scenery, the roads, the adventure, but I just don't have the drive to do it. If I finish, when I finish, it'll be my 10th 100-mile event, and 1,000 miles of 100s felt like a good number to end on. Conditions were good. It started to get hot and muggy in the afternoon, but it was a fast course. It was a good day. I didn't have too many issues. I got a little behind on my hydration at one point, but I caught up on it, so I got done. This is it, last one, I think. Number 4.
Great job.
Thank you.